As far as scenic beauty goes, the Kobonqaba Pass is below average for the Wild Coast. That does not in any way detract from the other interesting information connected with the pass and the region. The De Villiers Bridge at the lowest point on the pass withstood an impressive flood level of over 10 meters during the 1970 flood, where the safety railings were bent horizontal by the raging floodwaters. It is still like that today. The pass has an inverted vertical profile, with the lowest point being in the middle of the pass at the crossing of the Kobonqaba River. The pass is 8.2 kilometers long and displays an altitude variance of 195 meters, with the steepest gradients reaching 1 in 8 on the western side. The Kentani area was the scene of several historical skirmishes between the British and the Xhosa during the 9th Frontier War. The town of Kentani is often in the news around initiation schools and dubious medical standards, with a number of initiates losing their lives each year. From the eastern start, adjacent to the village of Jensi, the road descends gently at first in a southeasterly direction amidst rolling grassland and scattered bush. At the 1.9 kilometer mark, there's a prominent intersection where you must keep right. Be very careful at this intersection, as the intersecting road comes with a fair amount of traffic and with it dust, which reduces visibility. Once you've joined the bigger road, the gradient immediately increases and reaches its maximum of 1 in 8. Due to the volume of traffic that this road carries, it's generally in a poor condition, with deep ruts, washaways and loose stones to contend with. Most of the local traffic consists of low-clearance sedan vehicles, bakkies and minibus taxis. Don't be surprised to find oncoming traffic on your side of the road. They will move over, and in reality it's not dangerous at all due to the average speed of around 30 kilometers per hour. Looking at some of the history of the area, in 1829 it was annexed to the Cape, and in 1833 amendments were made to its border, sparking off the Frontier War of 1834 and 1835. Kentani was the scene of several of these skirmishes. The road drops down towards the river via a series of gentle curves and finally makes a sharp right-hand bend to square up for the river crossing. The concrete bridge is single width, so be patient as you wait for your turn. The locals are all friendly, and you will get a friendly wave, a toot of the hooter and a flash of headlights. Take note of the bridge at this point, as it's fairly high above the surface of the river, at least 6 meters. One immediately raises the question as to why the bridge needed to be built so high above what appears to be such a small river. The safety railings are either missing or bent over horizontally. This happened in the flood of 1970, when the river rose dramatically and surged well over the bridge deck. That means that the river was around 10 meters deep at the peak of the flood. The bridge is called the De Villiers Bridge. Drivers are now faced with a stiff climb up the western side of the valley. An aerial view of the bridge and the surrounding countryside reveals how the river has carved a deep valley through the hills, forming what looks at first glance like a horse's head. The road now climbs up the face of the horse through a series of 12 bends, corners and curves, one of which is deceptively sharp. It comes up at the 4.1 kilometer mark and is a 90-degree right-hander. The road now loops to the left via a big U-shaped curve of 160 degrees. At the 4.7 kilometer mark there's a fork. Keep right on the main road, as the left-hand option leads to an old mission station called the Columba Mission. This option is a cul-de-sac. The heading of the road now changes from northwest to west as the gradients ease off and more huts and homes appear on both sides of the road. In 1866, British Kaffraria was annexed to the Cape Colony. In September 1879, this was followed by Aduchwa Reserve and Mfenguland. Whilst the official annexation of territory was proceeding, the European population of lands north of the Great Kai River was growing rapidly. By the mid-1880s, they numbered nearly 10,000. A large complex of well-kept buildings on the right near the next fork are a school and a clinic at Kobonqaba. Keep left and drive for a further 2.5 kilometers to arrive in Kentani.